The next concept we have is the while loop statements. The while loop statements are used for repeating a block of code. You can make a block of code execute over and over again with a while statement. The code in a while clause will be executed as long as the while statement's condition is true. So with this while statement also will be using a condition, and below that while statement will be having a block of code. So if that condition is true, the block of code will be executed as long as the condition remains true, and the block of code will stop executing once the while statement condition is false. In a code, a while statement always consists of the following: the while keyword, a condition, that is an expression that evaluates to true or false, a colon, starting on the next line, an indented block of code called the while clause. So when you're writing a program, if you are using a while statement, it will have a while keyword, and followed by the while keyword will be a condition, and that condition will end with a colon. After that while statement, the next line will be an indented block of code, and that block of code will be calling it as a while clause. So if that condition of while statement is true, that block of code will be executing repeatedly, and once that condition is false, the block of code will stop running. You can see that a while statement looks similar to an if statement. The difference is in how they behave. At the end of an if clause, the program execution continues after the if statement, but at the end of an while clause, the program execution jumps back to the start of the while statement. The while clause is often called the while loop or just the loop. Here they are saying that the while statement syntax looks similar to that of an if statement. In if statement, you are using that if keyword, and here in the while statement you are using the while keyword, but rest all looks the same. Only the difference is in how they work. In if statement, what will happen is, if that condition is true, that block of code below it will get executed. But in while statement, how it is, the block of code will get executed, again you will be coming back to the while statement to check the condition. But this is not the case in the if statement. In the if statement, the condition will not be checked again and again. So here what they have done is, they have given here a code. This is a code using if statement. So what is the first statement here? Here they are making use of a variable spam, and the value given to spam is 0. And if spam is less than 5, print hello world. Then they are incrementing the value of spam. So what will happen here is, initially the value of spam is 0. 0 is less than 5. The condition is true. Then it will print hello world. In spam, what is there? 0 is there. 0 plus 1, 1. Then the new value of spam will be 1. So it will just stop here, and the condition once it was true, so it will print the hello world only once, and it will keep the incremented value of spam as spam is equals to 1. So this is the working of if statement. But what will happen if you are using your while statement? Here only difference between this code and this code is that here you are making use of while, and here you are making use of if. So the code also is same here. Initially the value of spam is 0, while 0 is less than 5. Yes, it is true. Print hello world, and spam is equals to spam plus 1. So you can see that this condition, you are making use of while keyword, and this is the condition followed by a colon, and the code below it is an indented block of code. That means here you have to leave a space here. Okay, immediately the cursor will leave a space, and this block of code is known as the while clause. Okay, so here 0 is less than 5, true, and it will print hello world. Now 0 plus 1, the old value of spam is 0. You are incrementing the value of spam by 1. So 0 plus 1 is how much here? 1. So spam's new value is 1. So again you have to go back to the while statement, and you have to check for the condition. Here spam value is 1. 1 is less than 5, true. Again it will print hello world. This will execute for as long as you get spam is equals to 5. 5 is not less than 5, so it will stop executing. So you will get here the print hello world for 5 times. That is for when spam is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So all the values of spam, the value that will be printed is hello world. So here in the above code, the print hello world will be executed only once, and in this code the hello will be executed 5 times. Okay, so that they have explained it here. Here we have a flowchart, and this flowchart is for the if statement. Here we are using start, and the condition is spam is less than 5. If spam is less than 5, it is true, print hello world, increment with the value of spam by 1, and it ends. And if the condition is false, immediately it will come to end. That means no statement will be executed. This is the flowchart for if statement. Similarly, we have the flowchart of while statement here. What they are saying, what is there in the flowchart is, this is start, this is the condition, spam is less than 5, and if it is true, it will print hello world, and it will increment the value of spam by 1. Again it will check the value for the new value of spam. Okay, so the new value of spam is how much here? 1. Again we'll come back to check the condition. Is 1 less than 5? Yes. True. Again print hello world. What was the old value of spam? 1. 1 plus 1 is how much? 2. Spam's value will be how much? 2. Again we'll go back to check the condition. 2 is less than 5? True. So what will happen here? When it will come to false, once the value of spam is 5. So is 5 less than 5? False. Then it will comes to end. So this is the flowchart for the while statement code. So this is how we work with the while statement and how it is different with the if statement. So this they have explained here. The code with the if statement checks the condition and it prints hello world only once if that condition is true. The code with the while loop on the other hand will print it 5 times. Okay, it stops after 5 prints because the integer spam is incremented by 1 at the end of each loop iteration, which means that the loop will execute 5 times before spam is less than 5 is false. Okay, so in the while loop the condition is always checked at the start of each iteration. That is, each time the loop is executed. If the condition is true, then the clause is executed, and afterwards the condition is checked again. The first time the condition is found to be false, the while clause is skipped. So they are saying that in a while statement, the condition is checked at the beginning itself. Okay, at the beginning itself you have to check the condition, not at the end as we do in do while. Okay, so if the condition is true, it will execute n number of times, and if the condition is false, it will execute 0 times. Okay, here we have a subtopic here, an annoying while loop. An annoying while loop. Here we have a code which does not stops. Okay, so here what is happening is name is equals to an empty string. Initially name is being initialized with an empty string, and here they have used of a while statement while name is not equals to your name. Okay, so name is not equals to your name is the condition, and here they have put a colon here. That means the name now is empty string. Obviously it is not equals to your name, so this condition is true. You have to enter inside the while clause. So what is the while clause here? Print please type your name. So who will help you to take the name from the keyboard? It is the input function. So the work of the input function is to take a string from a user. Okay, so that string will be taken and it will be sent to whom? Here, name. Okay, so name, it will go and sit in name, then again once you will come back. So if you have given the different name, again it will check not equals to your name, then please type your name. This will go on as long as you give this string only. If you don't give this string, it will go on asking you again and again. If you give this string, that is your name, immediately it will stop to print thank you. Okay, so you can see here the flowchart is here. Start name is equals to empty string, and name is not equals to your name. True, because name is empty string and this is your name. If it is true, print please type your name, and then who will help you to take the name? It is input. Then again you will give a new name. Again your name will be not equals to this particular string, so this will go on as long as you will not give this. Okay, if somebody gives the input as your name only, that time what will happen, the condition is your name is not equals to your name, then the condition will be false. Then that time you have to come out and then you have to print thank you. Okay, so this while loop what it does is, as long as you give this particular string, it will not stop executing. It will go on executing till this condition becomes false. Okay, so they have told that it is an annoying while loop. Okay, so we have the output here, sample output. So you can see it is asking for please type your name, and they have typed it as A1. Again please type your name, they have typed it as Albert. Again please type your name, they have typed characters. Last what they have done is please type your name, they have entered the same string which is there in the code. Okay, then after you enter the string which is there in that code, then only it will stop executing and then it will print thank you. Okay, so what they have given is, if you never enter your name string, then the while loops condition will never be false and the program will just keep asking forever. Okay, here the input function call lets the user enter the right string to make the program move on. In other programs the condition might never actually change, and that can be a problem. Here what is happening is, they have given a chance for you to stop it, but in real time programs there might be some conditions where your while loop will never stop at all, so it will be a forever loop. You might enter into an infinite loop. So if such a condition occurs, that time they make use of what is called as the break statement, which is the next topic. So they are saying that let's look at how you can break out of a while loop by using the break statement. Break statements are the one which will help you all to come out of infinite loops. Okay, so there is a shortcut to getting the program execution to break out of a while loops clause early. If the execution reaches a break statement, it immediately exits the while loops clause. In code, a break statement simply contains the break keyword. So if you want to use a break statement, you just make use of the break keyword followed by nothing. Okay, so no making use of colon or no semicolon, just you make use of the break keyword. So you can see a code here, while of true. Here the condition says that it will run as long as it is true. So it is going to enter into an infinite loop because initially everything will be true only. So print please type your name, and input function will help you to type your name, then that it will sit in the variable name. If the name is double equals to your name, then immediately it will break. Immediately it will break if this condition is true, and then it will print thank you. If it is not equals to your name, again it will go back to check the condition. Go back to check the condition, again you have to type give a name, otherwise it will not break. So here you can break it immediately as you give your name here. So the first line creates an infinite loop. It is a while loop whose condition is always true. So this condition is going to remain always true, and if you do not use a break, it will go on printing forever. Okay, so this code they have explained it here as I have told, and here we have a flowchart for making use of break in a while statement. So here we have start name is equals to empty string, and if it is true, then print please type your name. Name is equals to, it will take the input function name, and then it will check whether it is your name. Then if it is true, break, immediately it will ask, it will tell you thank you, and if it is false, again it will come back to check the condition. Okay, so this will go on as long as you check your name, but once you give your name, it will break into and then it will print thank you. So this thing which is there, that is start name is equals to empty string true false, this is never going to happen, because while of true which they have written here, while of true, this is always going to remain true. Okay, so it is always going to remain true, that this false condition will never happen. Okay, so they have given here x here. So they have told here, note the x path will logically never happen because the loop condition is always true. So the loop condition is always true, so there is no case of false here. Okay, so there is no case of false. So for every true statement it will go on asking your name, and once you give the correct string it will break into that statement, and it will come to print thank you. So they are saying that whenever you have a loop which is going into an infinite loop, that time you make use of the break statement. Next concept we have is the continue statements. Like break statements, continue statements are used inside loops. When the program execution reaches a continue statement, the program execution immediately jumps back to the start of the loop and re-evaluates the loop's condition. So break statement, what it will do is it will stop the condition and you will come out of the while loop. But continue statement, what it will do is when you reach a continue statement, again it will go back to the while statement and it will check the condition. Okay, so what will happen here is we have a code which is making use of a continue statement while of true. So this code will execute as long as it is true. Okay, so it will ask print who are you. So to take that who are you string from the user, it is making use of the input function. Input function will take a string from the user and that it will assign it to the variable name. If name is not equals to Joe, then you have to continue. That means if you are not giving the name Joe, it will continue back with the condition. Again it will ask who are you. Okay, so it is important that you give it as Joe. So if Joe is not equals to Joe, it will become false, then it will not execute continue, it will come to the next statement. That is, if you are giving some other name, if you are giving some other name, that is if it is other than Joe, if you are giving, then it will go back and it will ask you for the name. If you are giving Joe, that is Joe is not equals to Joe, that time it will not be false because both are true. That time what will happen is it will skip this continue and it will come to the print statement. So what it will say in the print statement, if you are giving Joe, is hello Joe, what is the password? It is a fish. Okay, so it is asking Joe for a password and it is giving a clue that it is a fish. So who will help to take the password from the keyboard? It is the input function. So input function will take the password, and if the password is double equals to swordfish, the password assigned is swordfish. If somebody enters it as swordfish, then if both are same, then it will break. It will break the if statement and you have to come back to what it will say is print access denied. Okay, so here we have its output. Flowchart also is there. Start name is equals to space true, empty string, it will take it as true, and true print who are you, it will ask. It will input function will help to take from the user. And if name is not equals to Joe, okay, if it is not equals to Joe, then it will ask true, again come back, again it will ask you. Okay, if you are entering it as Joe, then Joe is not equals to Joe, or what it will ask, then obviously it will be false. Then it will print hello Joe, what is the password? It is a fish. So once you enter what is the password, it is a fish. So it will help you to take the password from the user, that will assign to password keyword. So if password is double equals to swordfish, true, break, and then print access denied. If you enter a false password, then it will go to the false statement. Again you have to come back from the beginning. Again it will ask you print who are you. So we'll see a sample output for that. Here it is saying first it will ask who are you, then you have written I am fine thanks, who are you, but this is not detected by the condition. So again it will ask you who are you. Okay, so it will go on asking you till you enter Joe. So once you enter Joe, it will print hello Joe, what is the password? It is a fish. So instead of entering swordfish, you have entered what here? Mary. So again you are coming back to the statement, again it will ask you who are you. Then if you enter Joe, then it will ask you the next condition, next statement, hello Joe, what is the password? It is a fish. So if you enter the correct password, then it will print it as access denied. Okay, so what will happen in this code is, as long as you don't give here Joe, it will keep on continuing. So once you give here Joe, then not equals to Joe, the condition will become false. It will come out of that if condition, then it will print this. Okay, so here continue they are making to keep on continuing the condition, and break they will break it once the password is swordfish. Okay, so this is how you make use of the continue statement and the break statement. Continue to keep on checking the condition again and again. Break is to come out of the condition. Okay, so here they have given a note here, trapped in an infinite loop. So if any time if you are trapped in an infinite loop, that means see this statement, while of true print hello world. So this will keep on printing because it is first true condition and there is no false condition given here. So anytime if you all are entered if your system or if your editor has entered a while loop, they are saying press Ctrl C. If you are pressing Ctrl C, then immediately your program will break and you can come out of that infinite loop. So that they have given it as trapped in an infinite loop, then make use of press Ctrl C to come out of that infinite loop.